Hello viewers, this is Dr. Sudhamoy Behura, okay, and I welcome you all to my video. This is your ninth lecture of Unit 2. This is about your promotion of electrical vehicles. So in previously in 8 videos or through 8 videos we have already discussed on different themes like your vehicle scrappage policy, then your ban of single use plastics, okay, climate change, then your carbon footprints. Okay, so we have already discussed several videos on different aspects. Okay, and all these discussions are going on chronologically as per your syllabus, and I maintain the serial also. Okay, so my dear viewers who are watching my channel for the first time, or who have already watched my video previously, I definitely like to request you to please share, please subscribe, please like my channel so that I will be motivated, and there will be a self-confident and motivation to work more, okay, to labor more. Okay, so I have a hope on you all that you will definitely subscribe my channel if you are really getting benefit, if my video really gets or is having some contents or some knowledge for your purpose, then please do subscribe and like. Okay, so let us discuss about promotion of electrical vehicles. So as you all know that this is a new concept, and our government gives subsidies also, and nowadays for reducing air pollution, government gives or encourages to use electrical vehicles. Okay, so what do we mean by electrical vehicles, then what are its making processes, then what are the demerits, merits by using these electrical vehicles in near future, then what is the statistics about this use of electrical vehicles in different countries, different states. Okay, so all we will watch in this video. Okay, so if you will if you will watch till the end, then you will get a very good sound knowledge regarding all these aspects, which will give you a detailed knowledge regarding the electrical vehicles and why government is promoting to use electrical vehicles. Okay, so if we will go to the history of electric vehicles, then it is hard to pinpoint the invention of electric car to one inventor or country. Instead, it was a series of breakthroughs from battery to electric motors. Okay, so first the car were running through in battery, then we switched over to electric motors in around 1800s, and that led to the first electric vehicle on the road. Okay, and it was the name of the scientist was your Henry Ford. His mass produced Model T that dealt blow to electric car, and by that time the gasoline car cost was too much, that was $650, and electric car cost was $1750. Okay, so can you imagine how much Indian rupees it is? Okay, so in India, the concept of electric vehicles was come into account under National Electric Mobility Mission Plan. The plan is known as National Electric Mobility Mission Plan. Okay, NEMMP. In the year 2020, Okay, and in 2013 to address the issue of energy security and vehicle pollution. So that concept was discussed from the year 2013. Okay, and it launched in 2020. So in the year 2001, the first ever electric car, that is your Rebha, the name is Rebha, was launched in India by Rebha Electric Car Company. Now that is known as Mahindra Electric. Okay, now that is known as Mahindra Electric. Okay, so International Electrotechnical Commission defined an electric vehicle. So now we will learn that how the electric vehicle is defined. Okay, so a vehicle propelled by an electric motor. Okay, and it is drawing current from a rechargeable storage battery. So where from it gets its current? So from a rechargeable battery which is stored inside the vehicle, isn't it? Or from other portable energy storage device that is rechargeable using energy from a source of the vehicle such as a residential or public electric service. Okay, and there are different types of electric vehicles. What are these? So battery electric vehicles is one type of electric vehicle, that is which comprise a battery and an electric motor and power electronics to make those operate. Okay, this is the simple battery electric vehicle. Then second type is plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. So this is abbreviated as PHEVs, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. It is in addition to the same motor and battery system on a your battery electric vehicle. It has an onboard petroleum fueled engine, because hybrid, that is written as hybrid, isn't it? Hybrid means both. So that battery electric vehicle along with petroleum fueled engine. Okay, so you can use either or. Suppose in between your journey the battery recharge finished, then what you will do? So you may face problem. That's why hybrid electric vehicles. Okay, in which there is another source of your oil, that is petroleum fueled engine. So that can be used as well as or instead of the electric motor and battery to provide additional power and or additional range. Okay. So electric vehicles come in all shapes and sizes. For example, passenger cars, buses, trucks, boats, motorized 2 and 3 wheelers, e-bikes, e-scooters. So all these are electric vehicles in different shapes. Then come to the next slide, that is working process or working of your electric vehicles. So the electric vehicle power source is a battery, isn't it? So from where it gets its power? From a battery which supplies the electric motor with energy necessary to move the vehicle, isn't it? So you can see the picture here. Then the controller, there is one controller. So the controller acts as a regulator and controls the amount of power received from the batteries, so the motor does not burn out. Otherwise, if the motor will get excess quantity of energy, then it may burn, isn't it? That's why there is a regulator, that is a controller which controls the energy coming from the battery. Okay, then since okay, so the controller and then the regenerate active braking. and then the motor. Okay, just a minute. Yes. Okay. Perhaps there is some. Yeah, sure. Now it's okay. Huh? Okay. So, um, so if we will compare the electric vehicle that with your conventional vehicle, then we will take some parameters like energy, price, pollution, and what is the running cost. Okay. If we will compare the energy, then we know that in a conventional vehicle, it gets its energy by combustion of fuel, isn't it? But in electric vehicle, it gets its energy from electricity produced by batteries. And if price will be considered, then for conventional vehicles, it is definitely cheaper due to more availability and feasibility of resources. But electric vehicles cost around minimum 1 lakhs for a good quality and good capacity electric vehicle. Okay, so the cost is higher due to uses of expensive batteries and higher maintenance. Then in pollution point of view, your conventional vehicles, they produces harmful carbon emissions, and electric vehicles does not produce harmful emissions and contributes in clean air. Then running cost, if we will compare, then diesel per kilometer running cost is 4 to 4.5, and petrol per kilometer running cost is 6.5, whereas for CNG it is 3 to 3.5. And in case of electric vehicles, the running cost per kilometer is your only rupees 1.5. So running cost and pollution level, it is very much low in comparison to conventional vehicles. But if we will see its price, then the electric vehicles cost much more costlier than your conventional vehicles. Okay. So another parameter is maintenance cost. So these spare parts of the vehicles are easily available in case of conventional vehicles, whereas the accident repairs result in replacement of entire part such as body cell, motor, battery assemblies. Okay, and the skilled manpower is available in case of conventional vehicles, but in case of electric vehicles, your the amount of manpower required yet is not skilled, because this is a new concept newly launched in the market. Okay, so number of components in conventional vehicle is much more, that is around 3000, and in electric vehicles there are few components like within 30. Then in case of infrastructure, for conventional vehicles, your developed infrastructure where the consumer can avail the required service at any place. But in case of electric vehicles, the infrastructure is not developed at a stage where the vehicles can be used commercially by all. So these are some drawbacks by why people are hesitating to use electric vehicles. Okay, but nowadays, as the fuel rate is very high, hence people are switching over towards the use of your electrical vehicles, isn't it? So electric vehicles meaning an electric vehicle that operates on an electric motor instead of an internal combustion engine. So electric vehicle acts or it operates based on a electric motor. But in conventional vehicles, they run based on the internal combustion engine. Okay, and electric vehicles include road and rail vehicles, then surface and underwater vessels, electric aircraft, and electric spacecraft. Then, though the concept of electric vehicles has been around for a long time, but it has drawn a considerable amount of interest in the past decade and rising carbon footprint and other environmental impacts of fuel-based vehicles. Then an electric vehicle may be powered through a collector system by electricity from off-vehicle sources or may be self-contained with a battery. Okay, then solar panel, fuel cells or an electric generator to convert fuel to electricity. These are the principles. Then electric vehicles in India. So it is one government scheme and initiatives for promotion of electric vehicles are there. So in February 2019, the Union Cabinet cleared a 10,000 crore program under the FAME2 scheme. Okay, this scheme came into force from 1st April 2019 and the main objective of the scheme is to encourage faster adoption of electric and hybrid vehicles by offering upfront incentives. Okay, so who will go for adopting these electric vehicles? They will receive some incentive on the purchase of electric vehicles and also by establishing necessary charging infrastructure for electric vehicles. Because as these electric vehicles run on battery and motors, so battery recharge point is also required in between your journey, isn't it? So for who will go for establishing one electric vehicle recharge point, he or she will get some incentive from the government. So in 2017, Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari made a statement that uh, India intend to move to 100% electric cars by 2030. Okay, so by 2030, India perhaps switch over 100% electric cars on the road by the year 2030. So, however, the automobile industry raised concerns over the execution of such a plan and the government subsequently diluted the plan from 100% to 30%. And in the year 2013, India unveiled the National Electric Mobility Mission Plan to make a major shift to electric vehicles and to address the issues of national energy security and vehicular pollution and growth of domestic manufacturing capabilities. And this scheme was to offer subsidies and create supporting infrastructure for e-vehicles. So, what are the impacts of electric vehicles on employment and economic growth? So, the battery manufacturing industry in India can become bigger than the total amount spent on import of crude oil. Okay, and this would provide a huge boost to the Indian economy. And there needs to be a careful plan to handhold mini and micro auto component industries and which employs large numbers of people. So it will generate employment opportunity for the people. So many of these companies won't survive as electric vehicle replaces petrol diesel vehicles and it is imperative to help them during the transition phase to electric vehicle components manufacturing. Okay. And as per one of the studies, net private and social benefits are estimated between $300 and $400 for electric vehicle. So it will give the social benefit and net private benefit of uh, about 300 to $400. Okay. So the revenue loss for government from the taxes on the oil sector is expected to be replaced by higher tax revenues in other economic sectors. So you know that for your conventional fuel type of vehicles, there is one road tax So if all will switch to electric vehicles, then government will lose a great amount. Those are earning from these vehicles as a road tax, isn't it? So electric vehicles will create opportunities in durable and lightweight thermoplastics, because the weight of the electric vehicles is very less. Okay, because it is made with your thermoplastics. So higher demand for electricity will be there when everyone will switch over to electric vehicles. Then they need to go for charging. Okay, and more consumption or higher demand for electricity will be there. Then storage and many other these sectors cannot be neglected. Okay, then the Delhi government has announced the electric vehicle policy 2020, where the emphasis will be given on replacement of two-wheelers and public transport and shared vehicles and goods carriers instead of private four-wheeler with electric vehicles. Okay, so these are the gist of electric vehicle policy 2020. So number one is your, as per this policy, the focus will be shifted to e-mobility, including e-mobility means E for electricity, okay, or electric. So including e-autos, e-buses means every private sector automobiles will run on your electricity. So the government will also offer low interest rate loans to buy electric vehicles. So as you know that these electric vehicles cost more, hence government will offer low interest rate when people will buy their vehicles on loans. Okay, so a state electric vehicle fund will be introduced to cover up the expenditure of the electric vehicle policy. So it is the proposal under this electric vehicle policy 2020 that there will be a electric vehicle fund in every state. Okay, so the main objective of the electric vehicle policy is to reduce air pollution and curb the health emergency issues. So these e-vehicles will also reduce the expense of buying motor vehicles. So these are some features of your electric vehicle policy. So there are different types of electric uh, vehicles. Okay, so one is your plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, then extended range electric vehicle, battery electric vehicles. Okay, so I just told you the types, but we or you don't be worried regarding its the definition. Okay, you just know that there are different electric vehicle types. So the various initiatives taken by the government to promote electric vehicles in India are, okay. So the GST on the electric vehicles and the chargers or charging stations has been reduced from 12% to 5% and from 18% to 5% respectively. So you know that on every product government puts GST, isn't it? So when you are going for buying electric vehicles, then the GST charges is reduced from 12% to 5% in order to uh, encourage the people to go for electric vehicles. Okay, and similarly the charging stations or chargers, on chargers the GST percentage is reduced from 18% to 5%. Okay, and a notification has been released by the Ministry of Power regarding charging infrastructure standards. Okay, permitting private charging at residence and offices. So then Battery operated vehicles will be given green license plates and be exempted from permit requirements and announced by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. So you perhaps marked on the road the costly vehicles, they have a green number plate, isn't it? Or that is having a uh, green license plate. So a notification advising states to waive road tax. So road tax will also be uh, zero. Okay. Uh, and then model building bylaws 2016 was amended to establish charging stations and infrastructure in private and commercial buildings by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So when electric vehicles number will increase, then government should definitely plan for installing charging points, isn't it, or charging stations. Otherwise, for a journey of 200 kilometer 300 kilometers, then in between, if the battery charges is finished, then the buyer will face trouble to again recharge his the vehicle's battery, isn't it? That's why the installation of your charging stations is a very important step. So, as stated by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, as per the e-Vahan portal, electric vehicles registered in the country over the last 2 years are increasing day by day. Okay, and the data is here in front of you. So, in the year 2019, the number of electric vehicles were 1,61,314, whereas in the year 2020, the number suddenly increased to 1 lakh. Okay, or this is your the number is also increasing day by day or year by year. And in these 2 years 2019 and 20, the total number of e-vehicles registered or purchased crosses 2 lakhs, or it is about near 3 lakhs. Then faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicles in India scheme formulated by the Ministry of Heavy Industries in 2015. It promote the adoption of electric or hybrid vehicles. Okay, currently phase 2 of the FAME India scheme is being implemented for a period of 5 years with effect from 1st April 2019. Okay, with 10,000 crores as the budget support. And this phase aims on supporting the electrification of public and shared transportation as well as provide support through subsidies. So in India, if you will see the data, then Gujarat topped the list with sales of just over 4,330 units. Then next to Gujarat, your West Bengal. It places with sales of 2,846 units. And in the third position, UP, which sold a total of 2,467 electric vehicles during the said period. Okay. So, Maharashtra, Rajasthan reported sales around 2 lakh 3,088. Maharashtra came in 5th. Okay. So, in addition to 25,000 e-vehicles were sold across India between 2016-17. So, the electric vehicles market is projected to reach your 269 lakhs 51,318 units by 2030. And China, USA, Norway, Japan, UK are the countries at the top in electric car uses. And Indian electric vehicle market focus on two-wheelers and the three-wheelers basically. And some cars have been introduced to the automotive market and they get acceptance also. So advantages are based of both electric and conventional systems. Range and efficiency can be improved. Then electric vehicles and conventional vehicles are essentially driven in the same manner. All electric systems do not produce any emissions. Okay, and increased use will lead to decrease foreign oil or your reliance on foreign oil. Then these are some health benefits, environmental benefits, economic benefits if we will discuss. Then it will show you that high air pollution levels negatively affect public health. Hence, electric vehicle produce fewer emissions and some produce no emissions at all. Then lower emission means improved air quality, isn't it? So, due to the use of your electric vehicles, health benefits also increases or we get good health. Then some environmental benefits like fewer carbon dioxide emissions through increased efficiency, and greenhouse gas emissions contribute to global warming, and use of electric vehicles would help reduce these emissions. And electric vehicle emissions vary also by type. Then economically, if we will consider, then it will reduce fuel cost for consumers, isn't it? Because for charging a battery for 2 to 3 hours, it hardly takes 2 to 3 units of electricity, and that will run your vehicle up to 300 kilometers. But in conventional vehicle, if you will journey for 300 kilometers, then the fuel cost will be around your uh, more than 2000 3000 rupees. Okay, so advanced vehicle component sector employs 1,55,000 Americans. Okay, so these were some benefits on different sectors by the use of electric vehicles. So, policy release status shows that in Delhi, your Maharashtra, Gujarat, okay. So, the charger subsidy is provided, then demand subsidy is also provided. But in Gujarat, your road tax exemption is not given. In Andhra Pradesh, road tax is not given. Demand subsidy is not given also. Only charger subsidy is provided. Okay. So these are some your discussions. So now see that this is the advantages of electric drive we have already discussed. In between that, low maintenance cost, decrease reliance on foreign oil, then all electric system do not produce any emissions. Okay, these are already discussed. So relevant charging infrastructure. Currently, there are two types of charging stations, at home or at work, and in between our home to work or from work to home, there is no charging point. So both of these sources involve legal challenges in terms of taxation, accounting that needs to be addressed. Okay. Then public charging infrastructure is still uncertain, as large scale investment has not yet surfaced to support public charging infrastructure as standalone business. Okay. Then charging stations will only start as business by private firms when there is adequate uses of e-vehicles in that particular area. If only 100 or 200 people are using the e-bikes, then who will establish one charging station? Then he will bear the loss, isn't it? That's why if the area selected to put an charging point, in that area the percentage of use of your electric vehicle should be more, isn't it? So these are some relevant to charging infrastructure which also should be taken care of if we really want to the success of this adaptation to e-vehicles. Okay, so these are all regarding your promotion of electric vehicles. So, my dear viewers, my dear students, you can go for your own note to answer your multiple and long question that will come in your near future in your university examination. And if this video really give you some knowledge, then please do like, subscribe, okay, and everything as per your syllabus is there in this channel, so you can watch my playlist. Okay, you will get everything there. Okay, thank you, bye bye, take care.